Here we have this hydraulic brake hose cutter and fitter. Let's unbox it. As you can see, it supports all of these types of brake fittings. Let's open it. And here's all the features that it can do. Right here on the top is the hose cutter. Here is the fitting press, and you hold the cable in place with this clamp. You put it into here, clamp it down, then turn this to push in the end needle. You also need a brake bleeding kit. This is the one that we have. We have already showcased this in another video. And also you're going to need some mineral oil. We got it from Shimano. Our brakes need mineral oil, but if yours need DOT fluid, then of course you should get that. As you can see, here's the box of the brakes that we have bought, the H800 and the H880, but the H800 did not fit on the front nor the rear. Here are the two hydraulic brakes. This is the one that we got with the kit, and this is the new one that we ordered, because this one did not fit on my G2 Master, which is really dirty right now because I just got home from a ride. As you can see, this one doesn't fit anyway, but this one fits. So let's clean it and then put it on. So now we have the rear brakes on too. Here's how it looks. We took off the plastic pieces to route it through there, like so. Also, don't forget the rubber piece which goes right there, which makes it water resistant. Also, you have to use shorter screws than the ones that come with it stock, because otherwise it will be too long and reach into the disc. Our scooter is a Kukirin G2 Master, on which we have replaced the brakes. Here are the stock ones, which are cable brakes. We've replaced them with some XOD XD H880s. Note, both of them are H880, not like you can find on AliExpress, that one is H800 and the other is H880. This is important because we got one of those kits and one of the calipers didn't fit. So the front brake is already done. We have routed and installed the rear brake, and now we're going to show how to cut the cable to size and then put it in, and how to bleed it. So first, remove this white end. You need a size 8 wrench. This is the first time that we're taking this off. measure it at least 3 times before cutting it. We will cut it like this to leave some slack. Also, to make it easier, we're going to mark it with some tape. Now, get your cutter and carefully cut where you have marked it. Try and cut it as close to 90 degrees as possible.
This is a clean cut, quite clean cut.
Now, get the fittings which come with the brakes. Ours are basically exactly like Shimano's fittings. First, put on this piece. With the white part facing towards the end of the cable where it's going to be plugged in. Then take this screw part, put it on like this with the thread facing inwards. Then put one of these rings on. You only need one, the other is a replacement. Different types of brakes have different types of this bead. Put it on. And now the important part. Get this piece, the needle, gently place it into the hole, and then get your tool unscrew it, put in the cable, take the needle, gently put it into the hole, then push it in with the tool. Now you can unscrew this. You have successfully shortened the cable. Take it out. Here's how it looks. So we actually made a mistake. We forgot to remove the screw at the end of the needle part before pushing it in with our tool, which actually messed up the head. So make sure you remove it before pushing it in. We were also watching a video and they did the same mistake. So now, with the screw removed, fit it in, push in the nut or ring, then put on the end and tighten it with a size 8 key. Tighten it, but not all the way. You don't have to really torque it down. You just have to make sure that it does not leak. and the other side was done by the local mechanic, and here's how they put it on. As you can see, they also did not screw it in fully. And when you're here, just push on the ends and then bleed the brakes. When it's on for the first time, the brake isn't going to bite at all. The caliper is still moving a bit, but it has no bite. The other one, which is fully bled and installed, bites really well. Now, on to how to bleed it. So the first thing you have to do is loosen this screw and make the brakes straight like this. Then unscrew this screw. So you take this screw out and there's going to be a tiny O-ring under it. Take that out too. Then get your attachment for the
bleeding tool. Search the right size attachment because we have quite a lot here.
So normally most brakes have a plug here, so you can put a syringe full of mineral oil in it and pump it to bleed the brakes. And when we took it off, we realized that it does have a port on the back. It's just really hidden. So we're going to bleed it using this. So remove the brake pads. Also, if your brake pads are worn out, you can replace them like this. Put in the properly sized spacer. It has to be a bit tight.
Let's try oil. It's too small. This is good.
So after putting in the spacer, take out this screw. So the brake oil started to spill because we forgot to put in the plug to the cup. Now, let's continue. So now, here from the bottom, connect the syringe. Make sure there are no air bubbles in it. And carefully push the brake oil through. And the bubbles will come up here. Now put back the bleeding screw, clean the brake calipers if anything has spilled, take out the spacer, put the pads back and put the caliper back on. Now the brake pads and the pin are back. Now let's put the brakes back on. After you reinstall the brakes, take out the bleeding cup, take out the adapter, put back the O-ring and the screw.
Put back the screw and don't over tighten because a very tiny screw.
Then clean it and adjust the brake into your preferred position.
You already have good brakes like the other.